really important thing that you can do to help you get a better night's sleep is to have some kind of routine before you go to bed. It doesn't have to be like a huge list of things as long as your arm that you need to do. Just having a few small things that you do before you go to bed can help you wind down at the end of the day and be really useful.
Another way you can establish a really clear, consistent routine is if you force yourself to get up at the same kind of time every day, whether you need to or not. I remember when I was at university and I had lectures later in the day, I find it really difficult to get up and get out of bed if I didn't have a specific reason to. But most people are far more productive earlier in the day, so it makes sense for you to get up earlier, and then when it comes to nighttime, you should be physically more tired and ready to go to bed at a sensible hour.
Something that I think is really important to take note of is the fact that sleep can be really, really important to your mental health. From personal experience, I can say that I've been to quite a few group therapy type things, and in one group in particular, every single person in the group said that sleep was the most important thing to their mental health. I think bearing that in mind is super important. If you can use that to convince yourself to get a good night's sleep, if you think that to yourself, if I get a better night's sleep then my mental health is going to be better, then it's a good thing. It can't be a bad thing.
The two go hand in hand really. Not being able to sleep or sleeping too much can be side effects of poor mental health. It's a kind of knock-on effect either way. If you're not sleeping for days at a time, that's obviously going to impact how you're functioning mentally, but at the same time it's important to get that clear routine for other reasons. For example, when I'm depressed, I want to sleep in the day a lot of the time, and that doesn't help. It's a kind of cyclical thing. So it's important for me to break that cycle and feel more in control of my life.
So another thing that you can do that can be really helpful is include herbal remedies. The first one that we want to talk about is herbal tea.
I have a couple of examples of herbal teas that I have purchased and use regularly. The first one I have is a brand called Pucker, called the Nighttime Tea. It says it's a dreamy bed of organic oat flower, lavender and lime flower. And this is really nice. It doesn't have too strong a scent. The other one I have is by Clipper. It's called Sleep Easy. This contains cinnamon, chamomile, valerian and other natural herbs. It's important to remember that if you are going to be drinking teas and things like that at night, to remember to keep them herbal and caffeine free, because otherwise it could easily backfire.
Another thing that I really like is sort of a herbal remedy. It's more of an aromatherapy remedy, which is This Works Deep Sleep Pillow Spray. It says fall asleep faster naturally and wake up refreshed. And there is also the Sleep Balm, which is the same scent as the Deep Sleep Pillow Spray. Lavender, vetiver or vetiver, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, and wild chamomile. I find that just smelling the same scent every night before I go to sleep gets me into a kind of routine, like it triggers me to feel sleepy. The smell of this stuff is amazing, like I absolutely love it. It's so calming and soothing, and I definitely sleep better with it. If you go on the website, it tells you all the statistics of things that people have said about it, making them sleep better, so I would really, really recommend it.
You can notice a trend with the types of ingredients that are in these herbal and aromatherapy things to help you relax. So you can just look out for products that contain lavender, chamomile, valerian. All these things you should be able to easily find if you go to a health food shop, or even big supermarkets have lots of this stuff now.
Another herbal remedy that I have found to be really useful is Calm's herbal tablets for sleep. I think they contain valerian, they're really great, as well as double nitol tablets, which can be really helpful as well.
The next tip that we have for you is to use resources that are out there, such as apps on your phone or videos. An app in particular that I want to mention is called BUDDHIFY. I'll show you a little clip here of how it works. It contains tons of different guided meditations for different purposes, including categories for going to sleep and for when you can't sleep. You pick the meditation that you need. They're each about 10 minutes long, so it's not too intimidating if you're new to this, if you're new to meditation or hypnosis, things like that, and you're a bit wary of it. This is a really easy, manageable way to do it. Another app I've used in the past is called I Can Be a Sound Sleeper or I Can Be Sound Asleep. I'll leave all the info and the links to where you can download these in the description box. But this is a longer track. It's a free app, and then you can have in-app purchases for extra guided meditations. But this is around 20 minutes, half an hour, and it's much more of a hypnosis. I find it really relaxing. The man who voices this does a whole load of other apps for different things. Something about his voice or the way he talks makes you feel super relaxed. It makes your body feel heavy, and I've fallen asleep listening to this before.
He's so good. Something that I find incredibly useful, probably the most useful of all the things we're going to talk about in this whole video, is to watch videos on YouTube when I'm going to sleep, or even to just have YouTube videos on with my screen brightness turned off so I can just hear them through my headphones. They kind of fall into 3 categories of relaxation videos for me. The first type is kind of hypnosis videos, like how to hypnotize yourself into not having anxiety, how to hypnotize yourself to sleep better, all that kind of stuff, which you can easily find by just typing in hypnosis video. There are also videos out there of binaural beats, which are sound waves that are played to you, which send your brain into different levels of brainwave activity, like gamma wave activity, delta wave activity. Sounds really complicated, but basically it's just super relaxing and will help you have a deeper night's sleep. So definitely search that on YouTube, binaural beats. The third category is a type of videos that you may or may not have seen on YouTube already, called ASMR videos. ASMR is a sensation that some people get when they hear certain noises or when people whisper to them. It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It basically feels like a really relaxing, tingling feeling in the top of your head, sometimes down your spine. If you get it, you'll know what I'm talking about now. If you don't, the videos can still be super relaxing. I personally don't get ASMR anymore because I've watched too many of the videos. My ASMR response is basically gone, which is a shame, but I watch the videos every night and they really help me sleep. So just search on YouTube ASMR videos, ASMR.
The next thing I want to talk about is creating the most relaxing, peaceful, calm environment you can for when you go to sleep. So that means trying as best as you can. I know it's difficult, we're all addicted to technology, but try and have your bedroom as a space where you're not working, especially on a computer, and you mentally associate that room and your bed for sleeping. I've been guilty of working from bed a lot of the time, or doing things before I go to bed that are more stressful activities, things where I'm thinking about work or things I have to do before I go to bed.
Yeah.
So if you eliminate that from your space and keep your bedroom very tidy and calm, and whatever colour makes you feel relaxed,
Definitely.
all these little things, light a candle, read a book, and just associate that with sleep and
Sleep
not
space,
other
zen
things.
space.
Yeah. This is especially important for students or people who work from home. You can end up spending a lot of time in your bedroom.
Definitely.
And sometimes that is really difficult to avoid, but if there's anywhere else in your house that you can use as a workspace, or go to a library if you're a student, and don't stay up all night working in your bed on your laptop.
Yeah.
Related to that, there's an app I want to talk about which is called Flux, or f.lux. I'll leave all the details down below again, but this is an app that tones down the blue tones of light in your computer screen. You can set a timer schedule on it so that it gradually gets kind of dimmer towards a certain point at night, and it means because it takes the blue tones away, your screen gets more on the yellow side, which sounds really weird and it takes a while to get used to. But that serves as a kind of reminder, like, yes, it's time to switch off and go to bed now. And it also means that there's less of the blue lights, which are what activate your brain and make it harder for you to sleep.
Yeah, it's basically tricking your brain into going into like sleepy mode, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's also really important for students, because even if you do have to pull an all-nighter, at least you can do it in a slightly healthier way where you're not giving your eyes too much strain and getting headaches and all that stuff.
Yeah. I think the last point we wanted to make was that having a little bit of exercise in your daily routine can be really helpful when it comes to sleeping at night. Just any light way of getting your body moving can be really helpful to get you to sleep a little bit better at night. Things like, I don't know, yoga, stretching, that type of thing.
Again, you can find so much information about this and so many videos on YouTube. There is specially designed yoga routines for before bed and relaxation ones. Another thing is I use one of these activity tracker wristbands. There are a few different brands out there. Mine's a Jawbone, but I know lots of people use Fitbit. There are tons out there. If you already have one and you're just using it to count your steps or to monitor your activity, it might be worth looking into. Most of them now have a function where you can keep it on during the night and it kind of tracks your sleep as well and the quality of your sleep. So I found that super helpful. That wasn't the reason I bought it. I bought it to try and increase my activity, but it's actually been the function I've used the most. Something about seeing statistics in a form where it's like a graph kind of resonates with me, and it makes me want to try and get better because I want to see a better graph or better statistics. I think there are apps for your phone that can do a similar thing as well, because they can tell when you're moving in the bed and things like that. My Jawbone as well, you can set different functions in the app, which is really great. So you can say what time you want to go to bed and wake up, and it'll kind of vibrate and use that to remind you to go to bed or gently wake you up when you're not in a deep sleep. So anything like that is great.
I think that's about it for everything we had to talk to you guys about today. We really hope this video was useful to you in some way. If you guys have any more tips or tricks that you use to help you get a better night's sleep, then please leave them down below so other people can read them and we can all help each other out.
If you feel that your inability to sleep or your lack of sleep is really affecting your daily life and making it really difficult for you to do things, or you feel like it's affecting your mental health, it's definitely worth going to a doctor or speaking to a professional about it. These are just easy, practical things that we use to help, but we're by no means suggesting that we can cure all insomnia.
Definitely not. I wish we could, but unfortunately no.
We hope that helped you guys. We'll probably do more videos like this in future, so let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll see you next time. Bye.